I'm Queenie. I stream Nintendo content on twitch.tv, and after many months of leaving this channel to die, sorry guys, I've decided to throw up a video. I think this is a fairly good moment for the channel, and I'm sure many of you are very surprised by this video coming out. So, as I said earlier, I stream Nintendo content. I play quite a bit as well, Splatoon 1 and 2, Mario Kart, Rhythm Heaven, etc. I'm quite the Nintendo stanny if you ask me. I've grown up on the Nintendo consoles and I love the company dearly. Now, despite saying that, I've never actually watched one of these game release conventions before, and this is my first time watching E3 specifically. I mean, even the Nintendo Directs I don't watch. My very first Direct was the Super Mario 35th anniversary, and the next one after that being the most recent Direct, where Splatoon 3 was announced. You may be wondering, like, Queen, how have you never watched a Nintendo E3 before if you're such a Nintendo fan? And to be honest, I don't know man, I guess I just have been more of a casual player up until now. But as I am branching out into more Nintendo series such as Zelda with Breath of the Wild, I want to know more about them and when they come out. As this will be my very first E3 that I've watched, I wanted to make some predictions before the Nintendo E3 on Tuesday and share my opinions on it. So, let's get right into it. Thanks to Froix for showing me this Nintendo E3 bingo. I'll be going through it and talking about what I think will come up on this sheet, what won't, and what I personally would love to see in the E3. So, starting off on this list from the top left area, we got Odyssey. Now, Odyssey, as the 3D Mario game on the Switch, like the one that started it all, do I think they will have Odyssey 2 coming out in this E3? Maybe. I don't think it's that high of a chance, but I do believe that Odyssey has been out for a really long time. There hasn't really been much happening to it, and it does have a large community. I don't know if Odyssey 2 will come out. They may just patch something in Odyssey 1, who even knows at this point. I do think the next Mario game, 3D Mario game, well, other than Rabbids, like the next mainline one, will take a while to come, because I believe that the Bowser's Fury 3D Land thing that they put out this year was a little tester to see how well open world and Mario mix together. So I think the next Mario game may have aspects of open world in it. I mean, Odyssey kind of does, but not really. Like, I don't know how much I'd count it as an open world game. But yeah, I think the next Mario game may include that. So I don't necessarily think that Odyssey 2 will be happening in this E3. But something related to Odyssey could happen. Now, this Mario sports thing, now don't get me wrong, like it was a good game. I actually watched WRTP play it, like the Wii version, back in the days, and it seems fun, but do I really think that it's gonna be coming out in this E3? No, I'm sorry. I think you guys might be reaching for this one. I don't think it'll be happening. Now, I actually don't know a lot of these games, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of these are beyond me. I recognize some Pokemon. There's Donkey Kong. I don't know much about Donkey Kong, so I can't even say. I feel like it'll be pretty cool if one of the Wario games were on the Switch. I recently saw this YouTuber called Poofshaw, YouTuber/streamer. I saw him play the WarioWare game recently, and it seemed very funny, very quirky, and I liked it. Will it be in the next E3 though? Unlikely, but if it did, I wouldn't be complaining personally. If the next Mario Kart game comes out now, I'm going to be kind of, well, not upset, but I think it's a missed opportunity. Mario Kart was one of the reasons why the Switch came on the radar as quickly as it did, in comparison to the Wii U, in my opinion. And I believe that with the next console, it might be a little bit like the relationship between Nintendo and us as consumers may have become a bit unstable with the Wii U, and then the Switch being good, we may expect like another Wii U scenario to come out. So I think that the next Mario Kart should come out with the next Switch console, or just Nintendo console in general, next gen. It will help a lot with its sales, I believe. And on that topic, I don't think the next console will even be talked about. I can't lie, I don't think it'll be talked about in this E3. It seems like a really random time for it to be talked about, in my opinion. I think maybe in 2023, early 2023, that's more so of the time that I'm expecting a new console, in all honesty. I think right now the Switch is pretty solid. It reminds me of the DS, like how long it took for the DS series to like die out. That's kind of how I see the Switch currently. I think it'll be here to stay for quite a while, to be honest, and it'll keep getting games for a while too. Yeah, Splatoon, I'm not expecting anything Splatoon related in this E3. I mean, we had Splatoon 3 be announced in this E3. I don't think it's happening again. I don't think it's happening again. Like, as much as I love Splatoon, I think what we will be seeing in this E3, however, is Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I think we all knew that Breath of the Wild Breath of the Wild will be the thing that's announced in the next E3. I mean, there wasn't any updates in relation to Breath of the Wild 2 in the last Nintendo Direct. So I think now would be a good time for another update in relation to that game. Here's some quick fire mentions of things that I would love to be spoken about in this E3 that probably won't. 1, Rhythm Heaven. I really love the Rhythm Heaven series. I've recently found a new love for rhythm games. Started from that series too, so props to that. But with Rhythm Heaven Megamix being like seemed kind of like an end-all be-all to the Rhythm Heaven series. So to be honest, I doubt there'll be another one, but if there would another one, hell yeah. Now would be a good time for that, please. Nintendo, please, you can give us Rhythm Heaven. I would appreciate that. The Rhythm Heaven community, we're still thriving, okay? We are still thriving. Another thing that I would love to see, Dragon Quest. I quite like Dragon Quest. I would like to see a remake of Dragon Quest 9 specifically. I think that was a really good one in the series. Pretty easy to get into, just as well as 11 in my opinion. And since it came out on the DS, I think now would be a good time for it to, just get a little refresher. I mean, I did see rumors of it happening like last year, but obviously it's now 2021 June, and I still haven't had a remake. So yeah, that didn't look like those rumors were true. But like, if Dragon Quest 12 wants to come out, I also wouldn't be opposed from that. Like, Dragon Quest is a pretty good series to me. I would actually really like to see, but the Dragon Quest series may not even be talked about in the Nintendo the Nintendo E3. It might be talked about in the E3 that I'm currently watching, the Xbox and Square Enix one. So yeah, I'll speak about it if it does come up in this E3. I'll talk about it later on when I watch the Nintendo one too. But for now, that's all my predictions that I have. We're just gonna have to find out what happens. So yeah, I guess those are my current predictions for E3. You'll be saying hi to future Queenie, who's already watched the Nintendo E3, and she'll be talking about her experience. So, passing on to you, future Queenie. Thanks, past Queenie. And wow, may I say, what a E3 that was. Now, out of all of the companies, I guess I'm going to be biased towards Nintendo since the things that they're revealing are actually relevant to me. But wow, there was so much going on in this E3 Nintendo Direct. I gotta give it to them. Out of everything that I watched from E3, Nintendo seemed to have the biggest ones. It seemed to have the biggest oomph, like the good games. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they actually did this. It was pretty good. It was a really good Direct, I'm not going to lie. The only thing that would probably have made it better is if they spoke about Splatoon 3, which unfortunately they didn't, and currently it's like a few minutes, maybe 10 or so after the Direct is finished, and Splatoon 3 is trending on Twitter because loads of people were expecting it to come up, but it didn't. As I said, guys, I knew it wasn't gonna happen. It just seemed way too close to the actual announcement of Splatoon 3 for them to be discussing it, especially with the fact that there was no Breath of the Wild in the last Direct. I'm not surprised that they decided to talk about Breath of the Wild 2 in this Direct, and Splatoon 3 was nowhere to be found. So, okay, since we're talking about Breath of the Wild, let's talk about Breath of the Wild. Wow, the game looks so great! Like, I'm sorry, I think playing Breath of the Wild 1 has really changed my bias in terms of Nintendo games, because I am more hyped for Breath of the Wild 2 than I am for Splatoon 3, to be honest. Maybe I've just been playing Splatoon for too long, but Breath of the Wild, please! I'm so excited! It had this new power-up looking thing where, like, it's as if Link became Juvialoxa or something. Like, he became water and he was able to travel through it, and he came through like the floor. It looked so cool. I'm not going to lie, it looked very, very good. But that was the very end of the Direct though, so let's actually just jump back to the beginning and I'll go through from there. So, you know what? It's not every day. Can I say it's not every day? Life is strange. It's not every day, bro. I saw you in the Xbox convention, in the Xbox E3. Why are you here again in the Nintendo one? Just show off in the Xbox one and be like, I'm also coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Like, I actually don't care. No offense to Life is Strange. I've never played the game, but from what I do know, it is quite a good game. But like, goddamn, for y'all to be in both conventions, it's a little bit greedy, don't you think? And Marvel, I'm looking at you too. Why are you paying off all of the companies to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy? Oh my gosh. When I saw Guardians of the Galaxy again, I thought I was gonna scream. Now for context, if you didn't watch the Square Enix E3, good for you. You didn't waste your time. You see how I was talking about hopefully having Dragon Quest appear in the Square Enix one? It didn't. It was mostly Final Fantasy and just Marvel. They put Guardians of the Galaxy for 20 minutes. No one cares. No one cares. It didn't need a whole 20-minute segment. So when I saw it again in the Nintendo one, I was ready to throw hands, but luckily for us, it was only like a solid 2-3 minute thing. Not even 3 minutes. It was a really short, really short segment. And thank you. Because if I had to sit through another 20 minutes of Guardians of the Galaxy, I swear I was gonna scream. I'm not even a Marvel fangirl like that. Like, why so much? But anyways, if you want to see more of my thoughts about that, then I did post a video on Twitter and on TikTok at VTuber Queenie on Twitter and at QueenieStar 0 on TikTok. Now, another thing that they talked about in this Direct was Monkey Ball. Now, Monkey Ball actually seems like a pretty chill game. Like, personally, I probably wouldn't buy it. No, maybe I would, because I have been pretty interested in the Sega characters ever since I got like the Sega All-Stars Sonic Racing or whatever it wanted to be called. But like, I've never actually had the option to, because a lot of them are on really old Sega consoles. But now it's great to see that all of the monkey balls are coming to the Switch. That's pretty progress for that community. What I do want to talk about is one of my predictions from earlier. Now, remember when I said that I didn't think WarioWare was going to have a thing in this direct, but I'd be really happy if it did? Guess what came up in this direct, bro? WarioWare, and it's co-op. Stop trying to take all my money, Nintendo. I need it. No, but seriously, I'm really happy. I'm extremely happy that WarioWare is coming to the Switch, and it probably will be a game that I do end up playing. They also added a new character to Smash. I'm pretty sure most of us were expecting this. I can't remember the character's name, and I kind of can't be asked to look him up right now. So if you are a fan of the Smash community, I mean, you probably know who it is already, but if you don't, go and look him up. They showed his moveset as well, but it is a character from Tekken, if I remember correctly, and they seemed pretty interesting. It was kind of spicy the way they were throwing characters off the cliff though. I was like, whoa, is that you, yeah? Bad man character from Tekken, okay, I see you. They also added Metroid. Metroid is going to be a new game on the Switch. I think it's called Metroid Dread or something. Now, according to my friends, what I've heard is that it originally was a 3DS game that got cancelled and now has come back as a Switch game. Now that's pretty progress, especially since the Metroid community, from what I remember, haven't had a game since like the Wii or something, which is kind of ridiculous. I've always wanted to get into Samus and all of that, so this game might be the one for me to go and try out. I have to say though, one of the characters, it was like one of the robots, they kind of look like they're from Portal. I don't know if it's the Portal box or the Portal robot, but they just look like they're from Portal. From my limited knowledge of Portal, they look straight out of that game. So maybe they took a bit of inspiration. I mean, there's only so many ways you can draw a robot, but like, yeah, seems like a cool game. May get it, may not get it. Just Dance 2022 has come out. I don't think any of us care. I mean, Just Dance is definitely one of those games where if you've bought one game from the series, you've basically bought all of them from the series. And take that from someone who's played Just Dance 3, 4, 2015, 2016, 2017, you're good, you're okay. You're okay. It's alright. And there was also this game called Advance Wars. To me, it's just like a catfish game, and the reason I say that is because it definitely looks as if it's a game that you'd play on your phone and not on your Switch. Now that's one. Its advert was very weird. Again, it reminded me of those mobile adverts that you have. Like, you would go and get the game and the game is nothing like what the advert was showing you. It also looked like one of those games that are just filler on the eShop. Like, those games that are, what, £5 and you never end up playing it. Or if you do end up buying it, you buy it, you play it like 2 times and then you never touch it again. Yeah, it seemed like one of those games. So like, yeah, not for me. Although I can say that the characters were very adorable and I did like that. But am I gonna buy the game because of the characters? No, because I don't know who the hell they are. They're just random characters that look good. But like, nah. Maybe if I have money to spend one day, like extra cash on me for some reason, somehow, yeah. Otherwise, Shin Megami Tensei was actually on the bingo sheet and I didn't recognize it from its image because I'm not a part of that fandom. But Shin Megami Tensei 5, I believe, is coming to the Switch. It seems okay. It doesn't really seem like my type of game though, but maybe I'll watch someone play it. Definitely. We'll have to see by the prices. Talking about games that I may or may not play, Danganronpa is being added to the Switch. 4 of them. And also like a summer party game or something like that. But Danganronpa is coming to the Switch. I've always wanted to play Danganronpa, but I haven't been able to. Danganronpa Triple Happy Havoc, or whatever it wants to be called. Now, that game I only know of because of the anime, which I have watched and I did enjoy. So being able to play the game too, that would be pretty solid, but it depends on how much it is. They did say that they would bundle all of the Danganronpas together. However, you can buy them individually. So if you are looking for one of the specific Danganronpa games, you should be able to get that. I think that was pretty poggers. I mean, the Danganronpa community is pretty large. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to try it out if I have some money lying around that I can spend on that game series. Don't worry guys, they're getting towards the end of the direct. So they did announce Doom. I know nothing about Doom. I actually know nothing about Doom, but the graphics were looking pretty smexy, if I do say so myself. So like, yeah, if you're a Doom stanny, your game's come. Your game's on the Switch. Now, what I am most excited about, the announcement, in my opinion, that had me shaking in my boots, just as happy as Breath of the Wild 2, Mario Party Superstars. Are you kidding me? A Mario Party game that has remastered versions of some of the classic boards and comes with online play. I am screaming right now. I am so excited. It's definitely going to be one of the games that I end up buying. Now, you see, Nintendo, I don't appreciate you trying to take so much money from my wallet in one go. Like, I went from buying one Nintendo game every year to now I need so many. I mean, next year I'm definitely buying 2, because Splatoon 3 and Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out next year. This year, obviously, Mario Party is coming out. I already bought Miitopia this year. Nintendo is really trying to take my money, but I'm here for it. Because if you keep coming out with these good games, I can't help but have to support you with my money. That's how business works. So Nintendo, if somehow you end up watching this, I don't know how you would, please keep coming out with these good games, because this is the reason why so many of us love buying from your company. This is the reason. And then all you have to do from there is increase your customer service a little bit, you know, make that a little better, and then bam, I'll be a proud Nintendo fangirl again. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting direct. In my opinion, Nintendo has carried E3 on their shoulders. Nintendo E3 was definitely more for everyone than Xbox and the other one, Square Enix. Already forgot their names, goddamn. In my opinion, Nintendo seemed to have a lot more for different communities, which I did like. And if they keep on going this way, they're gonna keep on getting my money. So yeah, my first experience with E3 was pretty alright. It was pretty alright. It's probably something that I would love to do again in the future. Maybe I would actually like be able to stream it or do a proper video on it, depending on how E3 laws go again, because like this time creators were actually suggested to not stream it, so that's kind of sad. But really enjoyed it, and I will definitely be doing this again in the future. So yeah, I guess we're now starting a mini series on the channel, possibly, maybe, of reacting to E3s and directs, because whew, but that was a good one. That was a good one, definitely. I don't really have much to promote, guys. I know it's the end of the video and like you're kind of supposed to be promoting shit now, but I guess all I can say is follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on my alt account at VTuber Queenie, or you can follow me on my main account at QueenieStar 0. My alt account is, as you could probably suggest by the name, very VTuber related, so keep that in mind if for some reason you don't like VTubers. Oh yeah, so I'm just looking on Twitter. It's just a little bit after I was going to end the video, but Animal Crossing is trending on Twitter right now. apparently people are angry that Animal Crossing didn't get an update. Animal Crossing doesn't need an update. Animal Crossing does not need an update. I'm telling you from now, you're good. You're okay. The game came out recently. You guys have been having packer updates for the whole lockdown. You're good. You're fine, bro. Breath of the Wild 2 and bloody Splatoon 3 and all of these other communities have more of a reason to need an update for their communities, if you ask me personally. I mean, I'm not really an Animal Crossing person, but y'all don't need an update. Y'all are good. But yeah, I guess I should like actually end the video this time. So second time's a charm. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, actually follow me on Twitch. I'll probably be able to speak about that a lot more on Twitch, and you guys will be able to discuss directly with me my thoughts and feelings. So yeah, I'd love to see what you guys thought about this direct as well. You can either comment it or put it in the Discord. I don't really mind. And yeah, that's all. I guess I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be in like another 6 months.